As you're about to find out, the truth, ironically, is quite ugly. One of my favorite topics to talk about is why on earth are we so drawn to some people and not so drawn or even put off by others? I've had people who seem, perfect on paper or whatever, and yet I've just been like, no. And then I met people who haven't seemed that way, and I'm just like, oh, yeah, I want to get to know you. Does that make sense? How does that work? I don't have the answer. The topic, however, has been heavily studied, plus I conducted my own small study on Instagram, plus I do have a hunch about how this whole attraction thing works if I just roll the tape back in my life and analyze some of the interactions that I've had. I just want everyone, including you, to present your best self to the world and to yourself. Looks matter a lot, and ignoring that fact doesn't make it go away. Looks affect more or less every aspect of our lives, our dating lives, work life, how strangers treat us. We all know this. When we see someone attractive, we just assume that they hold a bunch of other positive traits as well. That is the halo effect. Everyone that you meet judges the way that you look. And if you're a human being, you judge others too, whether you like to admit it or not. Now, is looks genetics? Of course it is, not trying to sugarcoat that, but it's also more than just the symmetry of our face and the color of our eyes. In fact, much of what it is in our control. It's the way we dress. Now, in my very extensive, trustworthy, non-Harvard-y Instagram study with around, 9,000 participants, 73% said that the way that someone else dresses affects their attractiveness, 24% said that it affects it a little, and 10% replied saying, not really. I'm part of the 73%. Look clean, be clean, look like you give a damn, and actually give a damn, and you're off to an amazing start. Getting to know your body type and your colors and your size to figure out what works for you can really do wonders. Wear what fits your body shape right now. Don't wear what fits the body shape that you wish you were. Work with your strengths. Is it your shoulders, your calves, your waist, your height? Everyone has their strengths, every single person. So I started upgrading my wardrobe a little over a year ago, and it's crazy how feeling good in the right outfit can completely change the way that I carry myself. Some of my favorite staples that make me personally feel really good are leather jackets, maxi skirts, jewelry, which, speaking of jewelry, ladies and gentlemen alike, it can totally upgrade your looks. Even just a simple bracelet or small earrings. Accessorize that beautiful body of yours, put some icing on that cake. Wrap yourself as best you can and present yourself to the world as the gift that you are. Maintaining correct posture. Will I mention posture in every other video? Yes, because it's so important. Slouching completely changes the impression that someone is giving. Not only does it make you look more confident, but it also makes you feel more confident when you straighten yourself. Just try filming yourself when you're sitting down. Let's do an experiment right now. If I were slouching, talking like this, looking back on this tape, I think I would think that I look less confident, I look smaller, I don't look as secure. Whereas when I straighten my back, put my shoulders back a little bit, not exaggerating it, but just sitting up straight, I feel like it makes me look, better. Skincare, obviously. And for the love of God or whatever you believe in, moisturize your lips. I always carry chapsticks around. I cannot personally stand chappy lips. If I'm standing talking to someone who has crusty, dry, flaky lips, it's the only thing that I can focus on. And I know that it happens to the best of us, it happens to me too, but just don't just let it be. Hair. Hair can literally change your entire appearance. It's actually unbelievable sometimes. When I have my hair straightened versus curled or wavy or whatever you want to call this, I feel like two completely different people. Straight hair Lana makes me feel like, younger, like a teenage version of myself. Wavy hair Lana makes me feel like, ooh, that's her. And don't be afraid to be a bit experimental. I, for example, have tried shorter hair. I tried shoulder length, and I realized I just don't feel good in it. And after all, that's what's most important. What makes you feel like your best self? Grooming. I have a feeling a patchy beard and overgrown browns don't really make the top 3 of things that people find attractive. I feel and look a lot cleaner when I just give my brows a simple trim. Hell, do you know what attraction is basically, in a nutshell, it's signs of good health and good genes. So don't overlook this one. Looking healthy, acting healthy, being as healthy as you can, orally, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. This is of course going to look different for everyone because we are all dealt different cards in life, but you do the best with what you have and where you currently are in life. I've already briefly mentioned confidence, one of the universally most magnetic things that draws people in. I made a couple of videos talking about confidence, so I'm not gonna repeat everything right now. I will leave the links for you in the description box, but I will say this. We all have areas in our lives that seem quite difficult to deal with or something difficult getting started with. I know that self-confidence has been a lifelong journey of mine, and thanks in part to therapy, I've come a long way, longer than I would have probably ever gotten on my own. No one should have to feel alone in their thoughts or challenges, which is why I have chosen to partner with BetterHelp for this video, and I'm so happy they want to be our sponsor today. BetterHelp offers licensed therapists who are trained to listen and help you talk to your therapist in a private online environment at your convenience. There is a broad range of expertise in BetterHelp's 20,000 plus therapist network that gives you access to help that may not be available in your area. You just fill out a questionnaire to help assess your specific needs, and then you get matched with your own therapist in as little as 48 hours. Then you schedule secure video and phone sessions, plus you can exchange unlimited messages and everything you share is completely confidential. With BetterHelp, you can request a new therapist at no additional charge anytime. Join the 3 million plus people who have taken charge of their mental health with an experienced BetterHelp therapist. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/Lana. That's better HELP, also linked below in the description box. Smelling good. A lot of the things in this video are going to seem so obvious, but if I've learned anything is that obvious isn't actually obvious. Simply showering, wearing deodorant, and perhaps a sprint of perfume or cologne, or not, smelling like nothing is fine too. But smelling like you live in Mount Crumpet with the Grinch, you don't really want people remembering by your poor hygiene. And look, we all smell sometimes. I forget deodorant, I start smelling like sweat. It's happened many times, but I'm at least mindful of it. A good attitude. Seriously, a good attitude looks good on anyone, and the bad one will make anyone look bad. Negativity is unattractive. This could be things like complaining, victim mentality, gossiping. Now, I'm obviously not talking about having an off day or being clinically depressed. I'm talking about being chronically stuck in a cycle of negativity that is not caused by a medical condition. And this is not about being all bubbly and outgoing and saying hi to everyone that you walk past. Not at all. You don't even really need to say anything necessarily. Your demeanor will say it all. A joy for life can be seen in people's eyes. People pick up on it. We pick up on it by the way someone walks, the way that they talk, the way that they carry themselves, and by how genuine their smile is. If we feel good about ourselves, it'll show. It's magnetic, as opposed to someone who walks around all dark and moody and closed off. When I'm having a bad attitude, I don't even want to be around myself. It's tiring, it's off-putting, and if I was anybody else, I would not want to be around that either. I guess a good way to sum this one up would simply be people who look approachable, which I don't look because I have a RBF. But I think walking around with a white teddy bear makes me look more approachable. Humor. In my Instagram, not Harvard study about what people found attractive, one word kept popping up a lot. Humor. Someone who is not easily offended. Someone who can take a joke and throw one right back at you. Someone with wit. Someone who picks up on your sarcasm. We're generally attracted to people who make us feel relaxed and feel like we can be ourselves, and humor is a big part of that. Mannerism. Also, not surprisingly, a frequently reoccurring answer in my study. Okay, so personal story coming through. When people stand outside and hand out flyers? So once upon a time, I was on a date with someone and we walked past a girl who was standing and handing out flyers, and the guy that I was with was like, nope. Instant turn off. Like a simple no thank you would have been so much better. So yeah, using little words that can mean so much definitely influence how we feel about someone. Do they say excuse me? Do they say please? Do they hold the door? Are they aware of their surroundings? Or do they walk around like everyone owes them something? You know, it's obvious which one tends to be more attractive. Should I make a part 2 of this video? Because I feel like I have so much more to say, but oh, what do you know? Time is running out. So let me know if you would like that in the comment section.